She watched Kevin as he walked over to the professor, speaking to him briefly before handing over some books. Amara realized he was probably returning the books because he was leaving. A pang of guilt hit her chest. She felt sorry for him, thinking that if he had never gotten close to her, none of this would have happened. Somehow, she felt partly responsible. As Kevin turned to walk out, Amara, unable to control herself, stood up and stormed out of class, running after him. She caught up with him, breathless, and stopped him. Looking at him, she asked if he was already leaving. Kevin looked at her and nodded. Amara told him that she was happy he was okay and wished him all the best. Kevin thanked her, saying he was glad to have met her. He apologized for how things had ended between them, adding that he had always imagined them graduating from the same university and possibly even working in the same medical department or hospital together. But, he said, unfortunately, life didn't always give us what we wanted. Amara smiled softly and told him that at least the good thing was that he was fine, and she hoped that someday their paths would cross again. Kevin nodded with a faint smile, but before he could walk away, he paused. Suddenly, he pulled her close, hugging her tightly. Leaning to her ear, he whispered that she shouldn't just wonder why May and James want her heart, but question why their daughter's heart stopped beating in the first place. With that, he walked away. Amara froze, her mind reeling. She tried to stop him, calling after him, desperate to know what he meant, what exactly he knew to say something like that. But Kevin didn't turn back. He immediately got into an Uber and drove off, leaving Amara standing there, stunned. His words echoed in her mind, sending chills down her spine. Could he know something he wasn't telling her? She pulled out her cell phone and tried calling him, but his phone was already off. Disappointed and unsettled, she lowered her hand and walked away, her thoughts spiraling. Meanwhile, Kai, Liwei's cousin, sat in Ming's office as Ming carefully examined his throat. Looking at him, Ming reassured him that soon his vocals would return and he would be able to sing again. Kai smiled, excitement flickering in his eyes, and said he couldn't wait to be back on stage. Looking at Ming, he added a compliment, saying he was the best doctor. Ming took a seat, concern appearing on his face, and asked if Kai had managed to talk to Liwei. Kai nodded, replying that he knew Liwei could be stubborn, and that his stubbornness had only grown worse after everything that had happened. Still, he was sure Liwei would eventually come around, and they just needed to give him time.